The cost wall. Nobody talks about AI didn't hit a wall because it stopped getting smarter. It hit a wall because it got too expensive to keep running. It slowed down because running them stopped making economic sense. Over the last 2 years, the AI industry quietly ran into a wall that scaling laws don't describe. Inference cost. Models could still be trained. Demos could still impress. But deploying AI continuously across users, regions, and real-time systems became too expensive to justify. And this is where NVIDIA just made its most aggressive claim in more than a decade. Not about a new model, not about artificial general intelligence, but about breaking the cost structure of AI itself. Within days, NVIDIA announced 2 tightly linked platforms. Vera Rubin, a next-generation inference-first AI computing platform. Alpamayo, an open physical AI stack designed for machines that must act in the real world. According to NVIDIA, Vera Rubin is engineered to reduce inference cost per token by up to 10x compared to Blackwell-based systems, based on internal measurements. Not 10%, an order of magnitude. If that claim holds even partially, this is not a performance upgrade, it is an economic phase change. Because when AI becomes dramatically cheaper to run, the question is no longer what models can do. It becomes which AI systems were never deployed simply because they were too expensive to keep alive. To understand whether this is real engineering or just another spec sheet illusion, we have to look at where AI systems actually burn money today. And it's not where most people think. For most of the last decade, the AI industry followed a simple rule. More parameters, more GPUs, more compute. That rule worked until it didn't. As models scaled, something counterintuitive happened. Raw compute stopped being the dominant cost driver. What quietly took over was data movement. In modern AI systems, most time and energy are not spent on math. They are spent moving numbers. Tokens are fetched from memory. Activations are transferred between accelerators. Intermediate states are synchronized, routed, duplicated, and reassembled. Every one of those steps consumes power, introduces latency, and inflates cost. This is why peak flops stopped correlating with real-world efficiency. 2 systems with similar compute capability can have radically different inference costs, simply because one moves far more data per token than the other. When memory bandwidth, interconnect capacity, and routing efficiency fail to scale together, GPUs don't run slower. They sit idle, waiting for data. According to NVIDIA, in large accelerator clusters, as much as 20–30% of GPU cycles can be lost to non-compute overhead, synchronization delays, data routing, storage access, and security handling, even when theoretical compute capacity is available. Training hides this problem because it's episodic. Inference exposes it because it's continuous. Every user query multiplies inefficiency. Every generated token compounds cost. This is the wall AI quietly ran into. And this is the wall Vera Rubin claims to target directly, not by adding more compute, but by reducing wasted data movement, wasted precision, and wasted system cycles across the entire stack. That framing leads to the most controversial design decision inside Vera Rubin, one that directly challenges how AI precision has been handled for years. Fewer bits, cheaper intelligence. When people think about new AI hardware, they usually focus on transistor counts or clock speeds. But the most disruptive change in Vera Rubin is neither. It is precision, how many bits are actually used to represent numbers during inference. For years, AI hardware was optimized around training. Training demands numerical stability, so the industry standardized on high-precision formats like FP32 and FP16. Inference behaves very differently. Most inference paths do not require high numerical fidelity to produce correct outputs. They require throughput, consistency, and low latency. Yet for a long time, inference was forced to run on hardware designed for worst-case numerical accuracy. That mismatch wastes bandwidth, power, and silicon, without improving results. This is where NVIDIA introduces NVFP4. NVFP4 is a 4-bit floating point inference pathway designed specifically for inference, not training. According to NVIDIA, portions of large models can operate at this precision without materially degrading output quality, depending on layer sensitivity. Reducing precision has compounding effects. Fewer bits moved per token. Lower memory bandwidth pressure. Less interconnect congestion. Higher accelerator utilization. Lower power draw per inference. Lower cost per generated token. According to NVIDIA, NVFP4 allows inference paths to move up to 8x fewer bits than FP32 and 4x fewer bits than FP16, depending on the workload and layer configuration. Vera Rubin still supports higher precision formats such as NVFP6 and NVFP8, where numerical fidelity is required. But the architectural shift is clear. Inference hardware is no longer designed around worst-case numerical accuracy. It is designed around economic throughput. Even perfectly chosen precision cannot escape one physical limit. Data still has to move through silicon. Why yield math decides scale? The real limiter in advanced AI systems is not compute. It is how fast data reaches compute and how reliably the hardware can be manufactured. This is why accelerators rely on HBM stacked directly beside the GPU. But HBM introduces packaging risk. Every additional HBM stack increases interposer area, routing complexity, thermal density, failure probability. A single defect can kill the entire package. According to NVIDIA, Vera Rubin integrates 8 stacks of HBM4 per GPU, but compensates by driving each stack at very high per-pin signaling rates, achieving approximately 22 terabytes per second of memory bandwidth without expanding interposer size unnecessarily. Designs that add more HBM stacks gain raw capacity, but also expand interposer area and increase the probability of package-level failure. At scale, this matters. As manufacturing volumes grow, yield losses compound across thousands of accelerators. Even small differences in packaging complexity can translate into large cost differences at data center scale. Memory suppliers also allocate top-bin HBM chips where margins are highest. Architectures that require fewer memory stacks per accelerator gain flexibility in sourcing and pricing, especially during early production ramps. NVIDIA has not released wafer-level or package-level yield data. These advantages remain theoretical, but they are consistent with established semiconductor packaging economics. Even perfectly fed GPUs still have to coordinate, and coordination is where AI systems silently lose money. The invisible performance tax AI systems don't fail because GPUs can't compute fast enough. They fail because GPUs can't coordinate fast enough. As systems scale, performance becomes dominated by synchronization overhead. If communication stalls, GPUs wait. Power is consumed. Money is burned. Vera Rubin treats networking as a core compute component, not background infrastructure. According to NVIDIA's system specifications, each Vera Rubin compute tray integrates 8 Connect-X9 network interface cards, each rated at 1.6 terabits per second, delivering a combined 12.8 TBES of network throughput per tray. A single rack contains 18 compute trays, resulting in over 230 terabits per second of internal rack bandwidth, according to NVIDIA. This level of bandwidth is intended to prevent congestion under heavy mixture of experts and multi-node inference workloads. Non-AI tasks, including storage routing, encryption, packet inspection, security isolation, and failure recovery, are offloaded to BlueField-4 data processing units. According to NVIDIA, GPUs in prior architectures could lose 20–30% of available cycles handling these tasks. By moving them off the GPU, Vera Rubin is designed to keep accelerators focused primarily on AI workloads. The result isn't just higher peak throughput. It is predictable performance at scale. And predictability is what makes large-scale inference economically viable. Training was once the main cost. Now inference is. Inference scales with success. The more useful AI becomes, the more expensive it is to operate. Unlike training, which happens episodically, inference runs continuously, across users, regions, and real-time systems. Every additional user increases operational load. Every generated token adds recurring cost. According to NVIDIA, Vera Rubin is designed to reduce inference cost per token by up to 10x compared to Blackwell-based systems, a company-reported claim based on internal measurements not yet independently validated. Even partial realization would be disruptive. NVIDIA does not attribute this to a single breakthrough. It is a stacked efficiency effect. Lower precision inference formats. Higher effective memory bandwidth. Reduced data duplication and movement. Dedicated networking and offloaded system tasks. Higher sustained GPU utilization. Taken together, these changes target cost per token, not just peak performance. If inference becomes materially cheaper, deployment decisions change. Always-on AI becomes viable in more applications. Real-time systems stop being gated purely by operating expense. When tokens become actions, lower inference cost matters most when AI enters the real world. Alpamio is an open physical AI stack built for machines that must act, not just respond. At its core is Alpamio 1, which NVIDIA describes as a vision language action, VLA, model with approximately 10 billion parameters. Instead of mapping sensor input directly to control output, the system follows a different loop. It first builds an internal scene representation using inputs from cameras, LiDAR, radar, and vehicle telemetry. It then reasons step by step about the situation. Only after that does it generate a physical action: steering, braking, acceleration, timing, or trajectory selection. This architecture is designed to target rare and ambiguous events. Failed traffic lights. Unprotected intersections. Conflicting sensor signals. Unpredictable human behavior. These cases are statistically infrequent but safety critical. Reactive end-to-end systems often struggle here because they rely on pattern frequency. Reasoning-based systems are designed to generalize from structure rather than repetition. According to NVIDIA, Alpamio is trained and evaluated using a curated dataset of over 1,700 hours of driving data, emphasizing low-frequency, high-complexity scenarios rather than repetitive highway driving. Because decisions are generated through an explicit reasoning step, they can be inspected, logged, and audited, an important property for regulators, OEMs, and safety certification. NVIDIA and Tesla are pursuing vehicle autonomy through fundamentally different system philosophies. NVIDIA's approach prioritizes reasoning before action, decision transparency, and auditability. Its physical AI stack is designed so that driving decisions can be inspected, logged, and reviewed, an architecture that aligns closely with the needs of regulators, OEM partners, safety certification bodies, and liability frameworks where explainability and traceability are mandatory. Tesla, by contrast, optimizes for scale, rapid iteration, and mass real-world exposure. Its autonomy system improves primarily through deployment across millions of vehicles, continuously harvesting real-world driving data and refining behavior via over-the-air updates. This strategy leverages unmatched data volume and iteration speed rather than formal decision transparency at every step. Neither approach is inherently superior. They are optimized for different constraints. NVIDIA's model scales more naturally in compliance-heavy environments where audit trails and explainable decision-making are required, while Tesla's model scales faster in contexts where deployment velocity and data accumulation outweigh regulatory demands for interpretability. Both ultimately pursue the same objective, safe autonomy, but they make different trade-offs between speed and explainability, and those trade-offs do not scale equally under the same economic and regulatory conditions. AI progress is no longer gated by intelligence alone. It is gated by cost, physics, and system efficiency. The next phase of AI won't be decided by the smartest model. It will be decided by who builds the cheapest, most reliable intelligence infrastructure, measured by cost per token watts per token, and long-term failure rates. If you want grounded, no-hype analysis of how AI and semiconductors are really evolving, subscribe to Quantum Silk Road.